Tell us what happened. Tell us what you're...
Anyways, I was at work, and I've been reading the Bible recently, at long last, because I've just wanted to actually understand what it is all these people are believing. And I was reading it, and the question came up from one of my coworkers, and she asked me if what I thought about it, if it had strengthened my belief or anything. I said, well, actually, no. I'm not all that far into it, but I'm really having a hard time understanding how people who've read this believe it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just from the beginning, I'm looking at God is depicted as a horrible person. So she kind of tentatively asked me, so does that mean you're and she couldn't even get out the word atheist.
Wow.
It just didn't really connect with her. And I said, yeah, I'm an atheist. And instantly, she had a look of friendship to a look of horror. And she's just, all of a sudden, from just being friendly conversation, everything, she just suddenly was, so what can I do to convince you? Like, what can I convert? I want to convert you back to the faith. And it was really shocking to me, because most of my life I've encountered people. Most of my friends, they're either they just kind of lip service to the religion, or they're full out admitting atheism.
Right. And
this is the first time I've ever encountered someone who is really that intense about it.
Yeah, what you're seeing there is her defense mechanisms kicking in, holding her beliefs as strongly as she does, and as strongly as a lot of Christians do. One of the things that Christianity does, and a lot of religions do this, but Christianity, I think, is extremely insidious about it, is that it essentially, by completely harping on this whole concept of original sin, and you're a sinner from the time you're born, and you deserve hell, and you need to pray and accept Jesus so that you're forgiven and and brought back into God's grace, etc., etc., etc. What religion does is I think not only does it strip a person's ability to feel, say, self-esteem based upon things that I think are healthy to build self-esteem upon, like your achievements, what you've accomplished in your life, the way in which you've benefited your community and people around you, things like that. Christianity simply, it tears that down, and then it rebuilds it in such a way as to place Christianity at the center of it. So the believer, 100% of that person's sense of self-worth is rooted in the religion. Now, the minute you say, I don't see how anybody can possibly believe this, I think it's rubbish and I'm an atheist, you've essentially you've told her something that has made her feel personally devalued. Okay? And so when that look of horror is, you've basically told her, I think your whole life is a lie. And that's a lot for somebody to, you didn't mean to say that.
Yeah.
But, to realize the intensity of the belief and how the belief essentially kind of wraps up the entire believer's psychology into this little bundle and says, look, without me, you're nothing. That's the message. That's Christianity's message to its believer. Without this, you're nothing. Then, yeah, so her horrified reaction wasn't so much, directed to you, and her saying, how can I convert you? How can I save you? What can I say to you? That was her trying to basically, it's beep, 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 battle stations, red alert. Yeah. She was trying to protect herself, protect her own beliefs from what you had just done with one sentence to them.
And I think not only do I agree with what Martin's saying, I think that's one of three key aspects to that look on her face. One of them is that she may just be completely unfamiliar and have a poor understanding of who atheists are, what atheists believe, etc. But to kind of tie into something Martin said, she might have in that moment realized, and this is going to be insulting to most of you Christians out there, but I was a Christian for 25 years, and I can tell you that from my experience, what I'm about to say is absolutely true, and I think most of you know it. What she probably realized is that while she can talk the talk and do the game really well with other believers, and with people who are already predisposed towards belief, people who have been essentially taught by their parents and society this idea of deference towards religion. She can talk a good game to those people. Which camera is it? You guys are switching the lights. I'm all confused now.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, she can talk a good game with regard to those people, but she's never had to face anybody who had a legitimate objection to her beliefs. She can't defend in the type of position that you've put her in simply by saying, I'm an atheist and this seems unbelievable to me. That's something that most Christians, when they witness, don't ever have to deal with.
Yeah.